theory is for me one thing. So the practice of being musician, I'd like to combine with more the theoretical aspect of music. So you could say that my approach as a musician is like a performative practice.
Okay.
We have to give performance also with the orchestra. The Fundação Orchestra Studio, that's the name.
Yes,
that's the name. So it is this combining of element of practice and performance at the same time, and also the combination of theory, so there can be reflection about what you do with music, what you like to do, and practice at the same time. In the Centro Vila Flor in Guimarães, we'll have two parts. In the first part, we will make a world premiere, because I was very happy that the Festival of Guimarães commissioned a new composition for orchestra.
Okay. Yes.
And this is a composition in 9 parts. It is like a suite in 9 parts. It is about 50 minutes. 50. The first half of the program is called When Tool Met Wood. That is the overall title of the composition for the world. In this case, 50-60 musicians. So it is an assembling en masse. There are many musicians.
Yes.
And we try to transform by music, by sound, by musical waves. We try to give precise information. And it is, you could say, this information is like a hoping for.
Okay.
The problematic of Europe, which is very much criticized today, which is very much many questions about Europe. Many countries have difficulties.
Yes.
And so we try to make a formulation. We show the way. And the way is, as I told you before, it is combination of theory and praxis.
Yes.
Or of praxis and performance. Few centuries ago, music was more produced on very localized place. So there was not this combination of going far abroad. For me, it's a nice opportunity to go so far away to Portugal, to the region of Porto and Guimarães, to present new work, to have effectively a world premiere. That means that we live in a very open society.
Yes.
I can, from Belgium, from Flanders, my own radio here in close to Brussels, I can contribute, I can make an affirmation in March in Guimarães. So there is interaction. There is an openness. There is an openness in this exchange of musical information, and for me music is always related to the aspect of society.
Yes.
So it has always this element of society. It reflects society on the one hand, and on the other hand music can also indicate new ways, different approaches, creating some hope through music. And music has always had this function. Because music is also a little bit outside society, but at the same time it is inside. It has this double approach. Very important is that had the courage to commission new pieces, new music from a composer outside of Portugal.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it is a very ambitious world premiere. As I said, When Tool Met Wood has 9 parts, and it is in the first half. In the second half of the program, I will present older pieces from my repertoire. Also more known pieces as Close Cover or Sorry for Pleasure, but also from my latest releases, pieces like Zusammensetzen from C versus Z, etc. So it will give an interesting mixture of contemporary music in the last 20 years, so to say. Right now we are finishing all the parts for all the musicians in the orchestra. So music is something very concrete because it is written down. It is note by note. Also, with the help of these notes, the musician can have very quickly an overall effect. We have immediate result. We will bring a program of 1 hour and a half, and of course I never met the musicians, but as soon as I will be there on the 4th of March, we can communicate into this language, universal language of Western music with the notation.
Of course.
And this is an exciting element between the composer-singer on the piano and the conductor. About the cultural state, there's maybe 2 elements. The cultural element has at the same time an element of continuity, something which we recognize, something which is linked to a tradition. That's one side. But at the same time, and on the other side, culture has also to do with discontinuities. Because every time a new person, singer or musician comes in, there is a kind of cut. He has to make cuts. There's a discontinuity, and he has to create a fascinating melange of new elements. So this cultural aspect is never static. It is never stable. It is always, like the music itself, in an evolution. So this element of transformation, of change, and this is also an interesting occasion in the Guimarães, the Guimarães Festival, the cultural European city, of capital of Europe. They will work and offer the program in the continuity of what we know already. But at the same time, there will be many manifestations in music, maybe in dance, in other disciplines, where we are confronted with new elements, new combinations. And this also has an element of cuts and discontinuities. And these cuts and discontinuities will lead to another normalcy of the world, so to say. And this is also the subject of my composition, When Tool Met Wood. It is not based on a logical whole, and the whole is the all. No, it is not a model closed in itself, When Tool Met Wood. But what is it then? When Tool Met Wood is open to mutations, cuts and discontinuities. Because they are fundamentally linked to a theoretical practice. If you combine the element of theory and praxis, you have all these mutations which can be presented in a composition like When Tool Met Wood. So it is for me very curious to hear for the first time this composition, and I'm very happy that the Guimarães people took the initiative to create this amount of work in the festival. Actually, as you know, I have the
Always.
in Portugal, but I was never in Guimarães.
Okay.